Okay. Okay. Hi. Hi, guys. I drew Duane The Rock Johnson. You guys know Duane The Rock Johnson? Of course you do. This guy. This guy right here. I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see it, but I'm pointing. He's in the public eye. And I wanted to capture his true essence. My last video was very, very good. So now I'm overthinking it and putting a lot of pressure on myself. I did one video before, and the problem with that video, there were multiple problems, of course, but the main problem was I had the microphone on the side and I kept bumping into it and making loud, obnoxious noises. So now I have the microphone at the top, so I'm not going to touch it. However, that means that the orientation, the screen orientation, might not be all it's cracked up to be. I think it means the drawing will be smaller, but that's fine. Here's my very first part of drawing The Rock, Duane Johnson. When I set out to draw him, I wanted to try and... Oh, first this. Drawing Prosscast. Process, podcast, Prosscast. Let's see that again, folks. That's pretty cool. Prosscast. This episode of the Prosscast is brought to you by Caricature Party. That's our company. It's called Caricature Party, and it's actually a real name now because we went to the municipal building, among other things. We went to the municipal building, and we decided we want to get a legit, real business name. So we go there, and we wait in line, and they say, "Okay, just fill out this form for your fictitious business name." Wait just a second. Fictitious business name. That's not what I'm here for. But that's the terminology. Duane The Rock Johnson. I wanted to show he's got kind of a cone head. And I wanted to show, hey, if you like Duane The Rock Johnson, just because I said he's got a cone head doesn't mean you have to go pushing the dislike on the video, okay? We're all friends here. I'm not trying to make fun of him. Yeah, I am, but I'm not trying to hate on him. While I was watching this video, since it was the subject matter of Duane The Rock Johnson, I was filled with a sense of inspiration and felt pushed. I felt pushed to do my very best because I was drawing Duane The Rock Johnson. He's in the public eye a lot, this fella. Okay, all right. My last video, let's see. I did one take of this. I had to delete it. And it came out pretty good, though, at the beginning, because I wanted to try to do it in one take. So, knowing it was the first take, okay, let's just get to the point. Duane The Rock Johnson. I wanted to give him circle eyes. I wanted to give him high eyelids. I wanted to just capture his essence. Gosh darn it. Pardon my language. And I think this is it right here. I should have just stopped right here and sent it into Entertainment Weekly. Because that's what I want to see beside an article about Duane The Rock Johnson. I want to see this picture right here. Right here, this one. It's done. Not exactly. No. I kept going. There's like a million slides in here. I spent so much time. I spent so much time on this drawing, and then I was like, you know what? I have a time lapse recording all in my Procreate, so I can go back and take screenshots from that and walk you through my process. Let's try and do that actually, rather than just yammering on about other things. So there's a photo of him in here somewhere, Duane The Rock Johnson. He's got a little bit of a tooth going up, so that's what I got there. But basically, I want to express the feeling of looking at his face, and I want to boil it down to what's interesting about his face. Boil it right down. I like these forms right here. I like how everything's looking all wonky donkey. But there are some issues, and you'll see. Oh, there's this photo. He's kind of got like he's got sort of that almost like a Native American feel to his face. I wonder if he has a Native American. Well, what is he? Hawaiian, Samoan? Maybe it's connected somehow. Like that jaw structure and that nose structure. Anywho, what I think is interesting is this. I wish I could show you where I'm pointing, but like where his chin is, there's these little ripples at the bottom, like at his chin, and there's like this muscular structure down there, and I wanted to show that, and I just wanted to be bold about it, like, hey, there it is. And then later down the line, I'll end up like subduing it and trying to make it mesh more. When I put that nose on there, by the way, how much better is that? I think it's much better. And then there's that nose. It just kills it. But it let me know that I needed to move the eyes up. Look how that helps the likeness when I move those eyes up, because that's you can see it immediately with doing on Procreate when something really affects the likeness. And if I was sketching him, it'd be harder to just move the eyes up. Of course, Guji is Korean. Isn't that right? You know how you say "isn't that right" in Korean? You say "Guji." I heard Sammy laugh a little bit right now. She's listening. I was hoping she'd put some earphones on and listen to something, but there she's laughing. That's all good stuff. That's all good podcast stuff. Look at the vein in his head up there. I was gonna put that on there as looks like a piece of paper or something. Oh, I ended up taking that out. But I'll always miss the days when it had that in there. See, look how I like this part here. In the context of this stage of the drawing. But once I start bringing in like the stubble and everything, yeah, I sort of subdued that a little bit. You know what his head looks like in this picture? It looks like some kind of plastic form that was like stomped on her, like a milk carton that was never mind, forget that part. We'll take that out of the podcast. That's dumb. So the good thing about see, I like what's happening with that chin area. Now the good thing about talking about the process this way is I can just talk about it. But if I was just drawing and trying to explain what I'm doing, what's the point of that? It makes the drawing more difficult, and it makes the talking more difficult. But even so, as I'm going through here, I'm tripping all over myself trying to say something. Looks like his face got a little spanky right there, don't you think? Okay, let's move here quickly. Boom, boom, boom. I tell you what, guys. Here I am on YouTube. Oh, yeah, that's no good. Look at that. That'll never do. But I like the way it looks, but I don't like the likeness of it. I would basically I hear Kakao talk. basically what happens is I'm spending time like cleaning it up and like polishing it, and then I'm stepping back and being like, okay, but the likeness is the issue. I'm having some likeness issues. So then you go in and try and fix the stuff that needs fixed. There's his face again. But here, it's all kinds of problems in this. See, what's the problem with this? So let's talk about that. Maybe that would be helpful. There's a lot of wonky-do going on, but I think like, for instance, the fact that his mouth is way up on that side, the right side, that's like one of the most unusual things about the drawing. So it stands to reason, one of the most unusual things about his face. However, let's move on. Me and Sammy, we say however sometimes, just however, just without saying anything afterward. You should try that with your spouse. So I went and here what I did is, see what I did with those eyes? You see what I did there? Something didn't feel right with those eyes. And so I did that, and it made it feel righter. However, yeah, it's a lot of second guessing going on here, but that's kind of how it works. You're not supposed to second guess yourself. On some level, but on some level you have to, because that's what you're doing. See, I'm going inside my head right now a little bit and questioning my. I'm not. Let's stay extroverted, shall we? That looks like Scottie Pippen. Or no. Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman if they had a baby. And who's to say they didn't? Oh. I just wish I could just enjoy this as a drawing without worrying about without worrying that it has to look like The Rock. Oh yeah, let's talk about this right here, what I'm doing. What are you doing, Aaron, with those little fleshy dangly dangles? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm drawing his dangly dangles. He's got something there. See that? That's not normal, per se. It's a little dangly. Right now he's talking about I don't know, milking a cow or something. Wow, how long did I just sit there polishing this? Oh, see, how much did that help? A lot. Maybe not. I have a ways to go though, and I'm gonna do this in 15 minutes. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So I spent a lot of time. Oh, he's thinking about stuff. Okay, well, he's thinking back into the past. Anytime I'm drawing a celebrity, there comes to a point. First, I get the idea to do it, and like maybe a general idea about how to go about it, and then some other celebrity's face will pop into my drawing, and I'll say, "Hey, get out of there, Dennis Rodman," and I have to wash the Dennis Rodman out of it, because it needs to be distinctly The Rock and not Dennis Rodman, as it were. How you like that? Okay, we are coming along. Ooh, I wonder how long we've been recording. I don't want to make this too long. Okay, so I'm supposed to be talking about my process. So just know that throughout this process, basically what I'm doing is I'm saying what looks right, what needs help, and then you have to be bold enough to just scrap something that you did that has a lot of detail in it and turn it into something else, because it'll help the likeness and the what have you. Here's something that I struggle with. I always want to put those details on there, like surface details, like it's so fun to put like mustache little dots or like, texture-y type of things. But then once you do that, like that part is like, that part of the face is just sealed, So what you need to do is make sure all the forms are exactly like you want them. And so basically the likeness is just threw that in there for fun. But make sure the likeness is solid. And then if it's solid, then go in and put your textures. It's tempting to put those textures in first, but once you do, where do you go after that? I'll tell you where I go. I went and did laundry today. Me and Sammy decided we wanted to go walk out and do laundry when it was the sun was starting to set. So we got to see a very beautiful skyline tonight, and we got to put our laundry in the machine, and everything came out clean and dry. Here we're coming to the end of the journey. I hope this video is as good as my last video. I thought that last one came out pretty good. Either way, just give it a thumbs up. Don't bother with the thumbs down. Come on, I'm trying, guys. This is The Rock. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? There, that's the finished version right there. I may touch it up more. Okay, let's talk about this part. This is what I'm most proud of this whole drawing. This is the main ingredient. Oh, I hope that surface reads right. Oh, I spent a lot of time, by the way, also trying to get this form to like slope down this way. I wish I could point, but I can't. Just slope down this way, and then pretty much how it's doing. You get the idea. I just hope it. I hope it's as sloped as it can be. I probably could slope it more. It's tough though, sloping stuff. Well, this has been my drawing Prosscast. Let me go. Let's go do this again. What do you guys think of this? It's hard. How do you spell? Like, process should have a C. But then if I spell it with a C, it's going to look like Prosscast. So I started Prosscast. That looks like a... But if you say it, it's perfect. It sounds like a pun. Drawing Prosscast. But if you write it, it's a little more tricky. Some things are like that. They work better if you say them. This episode of Prosscast, remember that when I said that back then? Come on, guys. Follow, for one. Comment. Let's talk about art. Let's talk about caricatures. You guys know what's that guy's name? You guys know there's a guy who does caricatures. He's really, really good. And the first time I recorded this video, I remembered his name. But he gets stuff in Entertainment Weekly. But he has a real soft airbrush type of feel. But he does amazing work. It's on the tip of my tongue. And it's kind of along this vein. Like there'll be stuff that's really detailed. Somebody's beeping outside. What is that guy's name? But my point is, it's okay to have fuzzy airbrush, and you just gotta. Oh, you know what I like is the art from Monty Python. Those guys, I love that fuzzy airbrush type of feel. And the stuff is so goofy and like animated, you know. So that's kind of what I shoot for. I feel like there's something in here that I like that's not in the final piece. I think I just wanted to do something that was like, you know what I mean? That's like that. What do you like? Do you like the chin better like this or like that? See, I subdued the heck out of it. I like it though. I like it. Yeah, I like that better right there. If it's gonna be pronounced, it ought to just be like ridiculous pronounced, like over here. Yeah, I like that. Thanks, guys. Oh, what did I say? Oh, yeah. So I have Instagram, Carney Mercury on Instagram, CarnyMercury. My wife and I post on a site called Caricature Party on Instagram. There's no H.